right, everybody, welcome to the Rude Awakening, where we start your morning with 2 eggs and a stack of hot takes. And with me for the not one, two, three, four, five times, fifth time, I got Dax Coogan to talk about the college football playoff predictions. Dax, hey, welcome back, baby. You're in the five-time club. Congrats.
How we doing? Been here since day one, and
Yep, ride or die.
still rocking. So
Yes, sir. All right, Dax, thank you for hopping on. And yeah, if you haven't already, I'm gonna do this at the start of every episode now. Just subscribe, put that notification bell on. Check out every video. We got more coming up on the way. We got a hockey episode coming up, but we're talking about college football playoffs. When this episode goes out, it'll be the same day as the first game of the college football playoffs, which is the Indiana Hoosiers versus the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. And Dax, this could be a good game, Battle of Indiana.
um, yeah, I think Notre Dame wins this game, but
Okay.
Battle for Indiana is actually like the coolest thing ever. Because when Indiana started like winning, I was like, "Yo, who's the best team in Indiana right now?" Now we get to figure out. Now we
Yeah.
instead of putting hypothetical, odds on fucking FanDuel and all this shit. No, we're playing football. That's what we're
Yeah.
doing. We're not playing games in Vegas. Notre Dame is favored by 7.5 at home right now,
Oh,
and
wow, seven and a half?
seven
Wow.
and a half,
Yeah,
which
no, that's not
I
it.
think I think they're gonna cover,
Yeah.
and then
Okay.
some. So I think that game's gonna be insane, but I love to see that game. Notre Dame wins that game. I think comfortably.
Yeah, I think the reason they win that game, I might pick Notre Dame too, is because that Notre Dame defense, I feels like everyone, fills their spot really well. They're all consistent. They all have a good amount of tackles. I mean, Jack Kaiser, the linebacker, leads the team with 64 tackles. But they all have a good spread. It's not like one guy stands out and the rest are like way behind. Like that's what it is with like the Hoosiers. Like Aiden Fisher got 108 tackles. Next highest up is Jalen Walker with 72. So like you can tell he's like a standout, Aiden Fisher for Indiana. But Notre Dame, it's more like a good spread of guys filling their spot. I mean, Xavier Watts got 5 interceptions for the Fighting Irish. The only loss they had was in the beginning of the season to Northern Illinois, which was crazy. But after that, they've been able to beat the teams that have been put in front of them, Texas
By like
A&M,
40.
Army. Yeah, they beat you guys 52-3. Like they swamped Florida State.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, they did.
uh,
But
yeah, I
you
know
know,
you
it's
remember
just
that.
Riley Leonard. They got Riley Leonard back there on the offensive side. They have a veteran quarterback. That's all you really need. And then
Yeah.
Marcus
Oh, dude, Riley
Freeman
can
as
run
their head
that ball
coach.
too, man. He can
Yeah,
run.
I mean he's a stud. At the end of the year last year when he was at Duke, um, the, Duke was on a heater, and then
Yeah,
Riley got hurt. He hurt his ankle, and it just
detrimental.
they couldn't move the ball because I don't know. He was, I don't want to say he was the whole team, but he was a majority of why that team had so much success like it did. That line was insane. But Riley Leonard, that dude's a beast.
Yeah,
I think he's a career backup in the NFL. Just because
good
of
journeyman to have,
just
find a spot. Yeah.
yeah, because of what's up here. He's a smart dude, and he can throw a football, and he could run
Could
pretty
end up
well.
like a Kellen Moore nowadays. The Eagles' offensive coordinator was a backup quarterback. Good mind for the game. He's been
I don't
coordinator
know.
for a bunch of
I don't know
teams.
how he is in. I don't know how he is in like the quarterback rooms and the offensive meetings. But if he can be a leader of men, sure.
Yeah. And he's got a good mind also too, because now with the new age of quarterbacks being able to run, if you have the mind of a quarterback for a guy like that knows how to run the ball too, that's going to have for a future. But obviously, Riley Leonard, he's been doing great. 16 passing touchdowns. He has 14 rushing touchdowns. He has almost as much rushing touchdowns as passing touchdowns. 5 picks in the whole season. He had I think 2 of them against Northern Illinois. So it was just an off game for him. And it was the
Yeah,
second week of the season.
I
So after
it
that,
was
they've
just a
been
little bump in the
cruising.
road.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
But Indiana, what a great run they had. I mean, they were your most unexpected team in our last episode about college football. You were like the most surprising. I had BYU, you had Indiana, and I mean, you want to talk a little bit about Indiana, like the run they've had, especially in the Big Ten too. It's tough to get in that spot.
Yeah, like I don't know. They kind of had it out for them. They really didn't play anyone during the season, but it's still impressive going
Yeah,
undefeated until you hit a mountain
Ohio
in
State,
Ohio
yeah,
State. Like
lost
you
38 to
really just
15.
can't do anything about that. But it's still impressive. Like you have to beat these teams. It's not hard to beat some of these teams, because
Yeah,
once you have that 8-0 next to your name, and you're like, all right, People
Can
start
watch out
getting
for.
complacent. People start
Curtis
getting
Rourke's not bad
egos.
either. I kind of like Rourke. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, it's just you need guys. You need guys to stay humble during it because Indiana has never had this success.
No,
Like they
not for football.
no, and Kurt Signetti did a great job, and now they're here in the college football playoff. They ran into Ohio State. I don't think they can compete with the big boys because
Yeah, well, if they
there's
win,
there's
even
a
if they win this
difference.
game, they're facing Georgia in the next round of the Sugar Bowl. Like, good luck with them, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if
Forget
they beat
about
Notre Dame too, who have been awesome. I mean, Shane Gillis is happy with how this team has turned out. He's like, we're good. We made the playoffs. Oh my god. Because I bet you
it.
after week 2 he was stressing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but who's the running back for the Fighting Irish again? Jeremiah. What's his last name?
Jeremiah, is it Jeremiah Love? No,
Yeah, Jeremiah Love. Yeah,
Jeremiah.
949 rushing yards too. I mean, I think that's good when you have a running quarterback or Riley Leonard who can run the ball too, because it helps Jeremiah out too. Because switch it all of a sudden, he gets some yards himself. So I mean, yeah, Notre Dame, their defense is their strong suit, I think. But the offense, as long as they're just like pretty good, they can beat Indiana. Because I don't think Indiana's defense is really all that. I mean, like I said, Aiden Fisher's really good. And Amara Farrell, 4 interceptions in the season, but I think they can get past the Hoosiers. All right.
I agree. I
Yeah, I was
agree.
gonna say anything. I was gonna say, all right, cool. Let's move on to the next game. The frauds that are the SMU Mustangs. Sorry, I'm a Miami fan. Versus the Penn State Nittany Lions. All right. Well, Dax, who's gonna win this game?
Who's gonna win this game? I think Penn State. I think Penn State wins. Penn State's favored -8.5 at home. So, like we saw what
They
SMU
should
did
win,
in the ACC
hypothetically.
championship game.
Yeah.
They came back. They have a really good coaching staff. Really, really good coaching staff. Kevin Jennings is a
Light it
really
up.
good quarterback. Their defense is very good. Very
Kobe
good
Wilson,
defense.
dude, he's 110 tackles, 2 interceptions, 3 sacks, and a fumble this year.
They,
He's
they have
yeah,
they have one of the best secondaries. Like I'll tell you that they have one of the best secondaries. And
yeah. They've been. Yeah.
like they're
I mean, but you don't really see it on the stat sheet because it's like a lot of just it's hard to target your receivers because SMU's secondary has been able to lock down. I've seen it firsthand. Miami fan, you're a Florida State fan. We've seen secondary
yeah.
SMU lock up just receivers. It's been tough.
SMU has a very good coaching staff. They're coached very well.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Jennings is a very good quarterback.
Brashard
With
Smith,
that,
good running back too.
yeah,
1,270
yeah,
yards. Yeah.
yeah. With that being said, Penn State is one of those big boys.
Yep.
Is Clemson like SMU has won some games. They've won games. Like no one can
They're
deny
11-2 overall. Like they only
yeah,
lost
like
2 games. Yeah.
they've won games. Clemson is that team where it's like, all right, you have Dabo, who's been in this situation before, who's won a national championship. I think one, two. He's won. He's won 2 national championships. He's been in this position before. Like you get these guys, and then it's Penn State. Penn State play Ohio State and Michigan every single year. Those were their 2 games. Now they're in the college football playoff. They're one of those dudes where it's like SMU. I don't think is in the same weight class.
It's
Even
tough.
though
Yeah.
I do think, like, I don't even know how the atmosphere is going to be because everyone's home. People still come back. They screwed people over with tickets. Like, they screwed the seniors over with tickets.
Oh, really? How
I was
so?
talking to some
Right.
Penn State kids.
Go into that a little bit.
Like,
I just-
they put everything, like, there's no student section. They sold it all on Ticketmaster to just, like, the crowd. Like, everyone.
Really?
Like, just,
Oh, wow.
yeah,
They don't have a
public.
student section. Oh,
They
shit.
just
I
put it
didn't know
out to
that.
the public. I don't believe so. Like, I don't think they have a student section.
That's
So I
crazy.
think
And is that for all the college football playoff games? That's not just for this.
I have
this game.
no
It's for-
idea. I have no idea.
Oh, shit.
But that's
Okay.
just what I know from Penn State. I think I could be wrong. That's just what I know.
I'll have to look into
Penn
that too. Yeah.
Yeah. But Penn State, I think the game's going to be closer than people
Yeah.
think. But at the same time, they're in 2 different weight classes. Like, Penn State's Abdul Carter. He's
I was
just
just
going to
gonna
ruin
say, I was
the
gonna
game.
say Carter's gonna be hunting down Jennings.
He's gonna ruin that game. Like, he's just gonna completely destroy it. Like, the offense, Penn State's offense is finally heating up. It took Drew Allure 3 years, and he's finally
he's
here.
coming back for another one too.
Like,
Yeah.
it took him 3 years to figure it out. Nick
Yeah.
Singleton,
Took him so long.
K-Tron
Singleton's
out.
great.
They got, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Good
They
running
got
game.
all
Tyler
the
Warren
weapons.
is like any
Tyler
position you
Warren
want.
finished 7th in Heisman vote. I think it was 7th. He
Yeah,
finished
if
7th in
Travis
Heisman.
Hunter didn't exist, bro, I mean Tyler Warren, he would have lost
Like,
GT, but like Swiss Army knife right there.
yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
he can do it all.
Tyler Warren's really good.
Do you think he's going to the
Drew
draft
Lock.
this year, or is he coming back for Penn
Yeah,
State?
yeah. He'll be a first round draft pick.
Warren's going to be drafted this year. Oh, he's going to the draft this year. Okay.
Yeah, I
Well,
think
what's going to take him?
he'll be in the 20s. He'll be in the 20s.
Eagles going to take Tyler Warren. I mean,
They need more help than that. They need to draft a coach.
all right, Sirianni's okay. He's just. I've grown on the guy a little bit. You know, he's not amazing, but he's better than like half the coaches in the league. Like he's just mid.
You could say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's besides
Anyway,
the point.
yeah.
Drew
Yeah.
Law's on fire.
You got me a little heated there for a second.
He's trying to get. You've been trying to rage bait me with Florida State all day long, so don't even.
Don't worry, I'll talk about that later for Oregon too. I'll praise you more.
Yeah, So Drew Law, he's been on fire. That offense is just insane. And this is another game where it's like James Franklin's job is on the line right now. He's on the hot seat if he loses this game.
He's been on the hot seat for a couple of years now. So
he can't win big games. He won a Big Ten in.
Literally, the teams they lost to, which were Oregon and Ohio State, like.
Like he can't beat the big boys.
No, that's like the two teams they played that were like, within the top 10. Like you have to beat those teams if you want to make a run to make it to the final. They played Oregon really close. They did. That was a good game against Oregon. But Oregon just kept outmatching them every second.
Oregon came out with like their hair on fire. It was insane.
They're just dominant.
I was like, this game's over in the first quarter. Like, are you kidding me? And then they made it close. I was like, whoa, they fucking.
I was watching the game with some of my friends, and they're all Penn State fans, and I'm like, yeah, you guys ain't winning this. Like, Oregon,
and then
just can't beat them.
they made it close, and I was like, did Vegas like call up and was like, hey, listen, we got
We gotta match the odds. We gotta match the spread.
Yeah, like we got a bunch of blowouts going on right now, and SMU comes back. I think there's a little bit of a little bit of a Vegas,
a little bit of a fix. You think so? Ends. Okay, yeah, I got you. But overall, that Penn State defense really good. Abdul Carter this year, 10 sacks, 2 fumbles. Jalen Reed, 79 tackles, 3 interceptions. The defense really good. And obviously I mentioned the offense. If they can get both sides clicking, I think they can take care of business against the Mustangs.
I agree.
Drew Arlar, though, like he's a little. He can be turnover prone at points in the big games. Like he needs to be able to, not be so turnover happy. Because I think Ohio State they had 3 turnovers, 2 or 3, and in Oregon, I don't think they threw an interception in Oregon game. I don't think he did.
I'm not
sure. He might have had 1. So that was good. That's why it was probably a closer game.
Mm-hmm.
They looked better against Oregon than they did against Ohio State.
Oh wait, he did have an interception at the end.
Just the one, yeah.
Just to chuck it up. That was a great play by the DB.
Yeah. I forget who that was, but the one. But yeah, like I said, the Penn State looked better against Oregon than they did against Ohio State. So I think, and that's more recent. So they'll have a good. They have an easy path because if they beat SMU, they're facing Boise State next round.
I think they beat Boise State pretty handedly.
Which is harder than Arizona State, but you're not facing Oregon or Georgia. So
I think Penn State has the easiest path.
Mm-hmm.
I think
they don't have to face Oregon at all.
I can get into the college football playoff and how I think it's stupid and how their seeding works.
The seeding.
I think
dude,
it's so
why do they give Oregon
dumb.
such a tough road? After this bye week, they would have to face probably.
Because there's people in suits that don't know what they're talking about, and they control everything, and here we are.
Oh, yeah, here we are.
I mean,
all right.
It's the truth. I'm not disagreeing with you. You punish the number 1 seed. You punish the number 1 seed. You really do. It's. I think they should reseed, or shorten the playoff. That's what I think. I think they should either reseed after the wins. So one plays, say Clemson beats Texas. Then they play the 1.
That makes no sense.
Say Clemson.
They should do it how the NFL does it. Lowest seed, and whoever makes it through the lowest seed will face the highest seed.
Right, because
that's what they should do.
Clemson beats Texas. Say Clemson beats Texas.
Yeah. Oregon
should play Clemson in that. Should they play Clemson? Nope. They play. Texas wins.
Clemson wins. They face. What is it? It would be.
If Clemson wins.
Yeah, if Clemson were to hypothetically beat Texas, they would face
Arizona State.
Yeah, see, come on, man. What?
If Texas,
so Clemson can make a run to the
Texas has the
semifinal.
The 5 spot, the hypothetical 5 spot,
when they
has
really should be
been
like
the
third.
magic point or the sweet spot or the sweet seed. That's what you
Mhm.
need. That's what you want. You
Mhm.
want the lowest out of the group. You want the
Yeah,
12 seed. And then if you win, you get the worst of the conference champions.
which
You
is
get the
Arizona
4
State.
seed.
Yeah.
Like
Who
that's the
no
easiest
offense to Arizona
path.
State, I don't take seriously at all. I take Boise State over
Arizona
Arizona
State,
State.
I'm rooting for Arizona State the rest of the way. Like I love Kenny Dillingham. He was an
Okay.
offensive coordinator at Florida
Yeah.
State. I give a lot of props to that guy. I think Oregon gets screwed over. Texas gets an easy route. Penn State gets an easy route. The only thing that is wrong with the 5 seed is that they play the 1 seed if the 1 seed even wins.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. But everyone has to play everyone eventually. So just win your fucking games.
At the end of the day, yeah. But they're they don't want to upset the sensitive Longhorn fans, so they're just trying to give them an easy path. Just still a little
They,
bit.
they are a sensitive group
They are the most sensitive
rich
college football fan
fellows.
base. I would say Texas and Alabama, like they're the most sensitive fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Next matchup we'll talk about. Speaking of sensitive fans, or actually just a sensitive team, Ohio State Buckeyes versus Tennessee Volunteers. Now, Volunteers, be careful. If you win and plant your flag down that field, you might be committing a felony. So just remember that.
Might be locked up in prison for 3
To the
years.
Buckeyes. Yeah.
What is it called? The OHIO fucking law? It's so stupid.
Yeah, it's horrendous.
So
I don't know.
dumb.
That was crazy. That was about the rivalry week against Michigan game. If you guys didn't know, Michigan planted their flag on Ohio State's field. Fight broke out. Ohio State. It's just annoying. There was like pepper spraying too, or taser. Well, what was
Pepper
it
spray.
called? Yeah, that's what it was. Who were they pepper spraying again? It was like
I forgot. They were just pepper spraying. I think they were literally just trying to get people off the logo and like away from midfield. And
that's wild.
I think flag planting is so stupid.
It's
Florida
hilarious. It's
Florida
hilarious
did it
that
to
people get
Florida
so upset
State.
about it. Yeah.
Florida did it to Florida State.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, that was crazy
like,
too.
a fight
Yeah.
broke out.
Everyone
Like there were like 6 fights on
that broke
rivalry
out
weekend.
that week.
And
Yeah.
I'm like, what are we do? Like, you're gonna tell me that you just had 60 minutes to punch the dude in the face legally,
Yeah.
and like you had the right to go up to another man and just manhandle him. You had that opportunity for 60 straight minutes.
Yes.
Then they plant the
Show.
flag, and all of a sudden, let's start throwing.
That's when you get in. That's when you
Get
get into
off
it
the
after doing.
field! You lost the game, dumbass. Like you lost the game. Don't be mad. Like you're Ohio State. You haven't beat Michigan in what 4 years now?
Yeah, 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
You're soft as baby shit. Get off the field. Go to your locker room and go cry about it. Go get ready for the college football playoff.
No, but you make a point. Like you have all of this. You have these two halves to do whatever you want with them. You can shove them. You can push them to the ground. You can assert your dominance. And after that little flag, like one small step for man,
Let's
one
start
time for
chucking
mankind. They're like, let's go. Like what? What are you doing? The result, it's over. The game's over. You're not proving anything. The only thing you're proving is you got a little dick energy, bro. That's the only thing you're proving. And speaking of which, Ohio State versus Tennessee. Who do you have winning this game?
This is the only game that gets 50-50 for me.
Yeah,
State
bro,
is
it's tough.
favored. Ohio State's favored -7.5 at home. I think Tennessee, SEC, all that shit. I think Ohio State is a soft ass team. Ryan Day teams are soft as shit. They suck. Ryan Day teams like have all the talent in the world, and the next thing you know, it's just.
You gotta wonder if it's his mentality.
They play Michigan and they punched in the face. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand it. Ohio State has all the talent in the world, and they always lose to Michigan. Like,
who did Ryan Day coach beforehand? Before Ohio State, he was
I think he was.
He was Boston College, right? Offensive coordinator, I think, for like a stint. Yeah.
Really?
Well, because I think so.
Talk while I look this up. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but the Ohio State Buckeyes, like Will Howard, he's got 2,060 yards, 27 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. Will Howard, so you go from like Justin Fields, C.J. Stroud, to Will Howard. It's like you have those two guys who are really great, and Will Howard, he's solid in his job. He reminds me of like a Mac Jones. Like you're going from Hurts to Tua to Mac. You're going from Fields to Stroud to Howard, and Howard's just cool. I just don't find him as like that clutch player. I know he beat Penn State and what was like a revenge game, I don't know, whatever he thought it was. Um, but yeah, I mean they've been able to beat those big teams, but I just don't think I like Ohio State when our last episode happened, but the past few weeks kind of went cold for me. And you're right before playoffs too, facing the Vols, who have been looking hot recently. And their quarterback, I think I'm gonna say his name right. Nico Iamaleava, Nico Iamaleava, yeah, something
I
like that.
think
Nico,
Nico Iamale.
yeah,
Nico
2,500
Iamale.
yards. Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. 19 touchdowns. He's been looking pretty nice. And the defense is pretty solid. James Pearson has sacks on the year. Got guys like Joshua Josephs getting 3 fumbles in the season. Like they have a solid defense, and I think they can slow down Ohio State. I think their defense, it's their secondary is really weak. I think if Nico can
Ohio
get,
State's
I think so.
Ohio State's secondary.
Or I mean the Russian deep. Sorry, the Russian defense. I think they're
Oh,
Russian
okay.
deep. Yeah. They're easier to run against and pass. I would say.
I would say that too, but
Yeah,
they, they
and which
their
involves
defense
had Dylan
their
Sampson.
defense is good.
Yeah,
Their defense is good.
yeah. But it involves had Dylan Sampson, who I think is like a top 10 player in the playoffs. The running back for Tennessee,
Hmm
1,400 yards, rushing. What was he have, like 22 touchdowns? Like that's yeah. I don't know why I talked about
Is
Nico.
that his
Sampson's
stat?
right there. Yeah, he's like 22 touchdowns in the year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 22, 1,485 yards. Yeah.
Nico's a beast. Squirrel White's a beast. I think Nico's really good. I think that Tennessee team, that Tennessee team's good, man. Like
Mm-hmm.
they have a good defense. They punch people in the
SEC, they
mouth.
beat Bama.
SEC, they beat they're a good team.
And they
Ohio
put them.
State's really
It was a close game against Georgia too. I don't know if you remember that game.
yes,
It was close. That's like I'm like okay, like this
and
seems for real.
Ohio
Then.
and Ohio State, they're a soft team. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like them.
I'm taking the
Like,
Vols.
and I'm taking the Vols as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I I'm gonna take the spread because I think that game is close.
Yeah.
I
Now
think the
the
Vols
game's
win.
fixed. It's gonna be Ohio State because they were the team that was closest to beating Oregon because that's whoever wins this will face Oregon next round.
I think I don't know. I just think
I would like to see
Oregon,
Tennessee Oregon. That'd be interesting. 'Cause,
Tennessee, Oregon would be interesting.
Mhm.
That game will be played. Where would that game be played? That game's played at the Rose Bowl, so
Yeah,
that's a good
that'd be
game. I
good.
mean, uh, I think Tennessee's a good team. They have really good offensive firepower,
Yeah,
defensive firepower.
Dante Thornton too, good receiver.
hmm I think Ohio State is good on both sides of the ball, but they're just very poorly coached. Um,
Yeah, you're not a Dave
I
fan.
think I think Will Howard is a serviceable quarterback. I don't think he's that good.
Like I
And
said,
their
he's like the
running,
Mac Jones to
yeah,
Alabama.
their
Like you're going
running
from a
back
Hurts and
room,
Tua. Yeah,
correct. Their running back room has been very, very underwhelming this year. I thought it would be better. They haven't produced as much
yeah.
as I thought.
What is his name? Quentin Jenkins.
Quinton Junkins and
Yeah,
Trevion Henderson have not been playing well.
they both.
Uh,
Yeah, one has 805, the other one has 751. So
yeah,
they're not
their
even
wide receiver
1,000
room,
yard mark.
yeah, their wide receiver room
Jeremiah
obviously is
Smith.
always going to be great. Jeremiah Smith, that dude's a future Bulletin call, first rounder.
Yeah,
Emeka
he's
Ibuka
not in the
is a
draft this
first
year, right?
rounder. What?
Jeremiah's not going to enter the draft this year, right?
He's a freshman. He can't.
Yeah,
So
he's gonna be.
he
Give
has
him a
two
few
more
years.
years.
He is a freshman.
Um,
Shit. Oh god.
yeah. Jeremiah
I
Smith's a
was like,
freshman, man. He's
oh
insane, and
shit.
he's really good. He's
Yeah,
future Bulletin call, future first rounder. Emeka Ibuka's a stud. They got Cardinal Tate. They got Brandon Innes. Like they're five deep at that position. With if those dudes were to transfer out tomorrow, they'd be wide receiver ones on other teams.
yeah. And Ohio State's
Um,
defense that you're mentioning, like Sonny Styles stands out to me.
uh,
Like he's a blitz safety, like Jamal Adams type. Like he's good, I
they
think.
have the best safety in the country in Caleb. No, what's his name? What am I
What for
saying?
Ohio State?
Caleb Downs. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay,
they have
okay.
the best safety. They have Caleb Downs. Denzel Burke has had an off year. They got JT Tuimoloau. They have Jack Sawyer. Like that defense is good. Like
Yeah,
it's a good defense.
yeah.
So
My bad. I still
I
thought I
mean
said
I think
secondary. I was like the defensive. Yeah, the secondary is good. So Nico's
mhm,
gonna have a bit of a struggle. I would do a bunch of screen passes to Dylan Sampson if I were him.
they'll hand it off a
Just try and
bunch.
get tire out that front seven.
Yeah,
Because that's Ohio State. I mean, they're still good, but that's the weaker part of their defense. If you want to beat them,
yeah,
and I think they will. I think it'll be like by like 3. I think it'll be a close game,
yeah. I think it's
closest game of
gonna
the
be a
first
close
round.
game. I'll probably bet it's at 7.5 right now, which kind of
Yeah, I'll go
debating
under.
on hitting that right now, like, because it's today, it's Thursday. That line might move closer as the
Yeah,
days go on.
as it gets closer.
Um, because Indiana and Notre Dame are 7.5 right now,
I'll go over
and
for that one.
Tennessee and Ohio State, you'll go the over. The over under is 52.5, which I think Notre Dame can put that up themselves.
They could,
Um,
yeah.
I think Ohio
They find
Ohio
that
State
rhythm.
versus Tennessee. Yeah, Ohio State versus Tennessee. Their over under is 46.5. Like, if you're just looking at Vegas right now, the it's leaning towards
Man,
Tennessee.
Vegas doesn't know shit.
Vegas doesn't know shit, but they'll take your money. Like,
That's what they know.
they will.
It,
Like, they will. You think you know it
Mhm.
all until you
They're
place
like,
that bet and it
hey,
doesn't hit.
ref, you wanna? Yeah, right. And
Yeah.
we can talk about the last first round matchup unless you had anything else to add about the betting odds.
No, that's
Okay.
no.
Yeah, so the
I
last one we'll talk
was
about is the Texas Longhorns versus the Clemson Tigers, the 5 versus 12 matchup. Tigers win the ACC championship, beating the Mustangs. Close
that was a
game.
nuke of a field goal. Did you watch it?
That kicker clutched that up. Well, how far
That was
was
a
that?
nuke.
Like
55,
50, yeah. I was
something in the
55,
50s.
yeah. Clemson, not a bad team. The games that, they just made it in. They were crushed by Georgia when they played them earlier this season. They lost to Louisville and they dropped a close game to South Carolina. South Carolina was close to making the playoffs.
South
Um,
Carolina's a good team, man. They're gonna surprise a lot of people. Lenore Sellers is a good quarterback.
yeah, them Gamecocks, man. They played Clemson very close. I think Cade Klubnik, very good quarterback, 3,300 yards in the season, 33 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Not really turned the ball over a lot. Phil Maffa, 1,000 yards rushing, 1,100 yards. He's been doing pretty good work. Antonio Williams,
He
solid
hasn't
receiver.
really wowed me this year, but it is what it is.
Hey, 1,000 yard rusher, it's pretty impressive. I mean, obviously they haven't really run the ball with any other player, but
Yeah.
that's still getting 1,000 benchmark. That's pretty solid. Defensively, I like TJ Parker a lot. Had 11 sacks over the year. This year, 6 fumbles. I think it went under the radar a little bit. But yeah, you're going against Texas, like Quinn Ewers, who I think is overrated. Uh, 25 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Man's a little turnover happy. He likes to cook them turnovers for the other team.
Yeah. Clemson versus Texas. Texas is minus 11.5. This game.
I think it might be closer. I don't know.
That's
I kind of
I I think it might be closer, but you really
remember,
never know.
like it's a Clemson team. This team had Trevor Lawrence and Deshaun Watson at one point. Like this was a
This team
former
knows how to
threat.
play football. I mean,
Exactly.
I
And
don't
you
know
said
what they're
Dabo.
looking at.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
But this team knows how to play. Yeah, I mean, Quinn versus Cade. It's a rematch from high school. They played each other in
Oh
Texas
yeah,
State Championship,
I didn't know that.
and
Yeah.
Cade won that game.
Oh shit, he
So,
did.
but
Okay.
that Westlake team was just
Was Cade a high star recruit? Or is Quinn the higher one? Like Quinn was like
Quinn
I don't know.
was Quinn was a
If you know
perfect
off the top of your
recruit
head.
coming out of
Okay.
high school. So if you go to 24/7 Sports, they rank players like on a 5-star on like a point
Yeah.
basis. So it's like point
Okay.
9987, and that might be the highest for a guy like a 5-star or like the number one player in the country. Quinn was 1.0.
Yeah, he was in the class of
That's how
2022.
that's how good he was. Like that's how
Damn.
good he was.
Yeah. Number one overall,
Um
not just quarterback. Yeah.
no, like he is top 10 recruits of all time.
All of that just
Uh
to lose his job to Archie. You know.
exactly, who's another
Yeah.
number one recruit in the country. Like I have
Yeah,
here in
they're
my
good for the
notes
future. Yeah.
100%. I have right here in my notes. If Arch plays, I think Texas has a better chance to win.
Yeah.
You could watch it versus Georgia. Just watch. Go back and watch all 22.
Yeah.
Quinn drops back. The linebackers don't even look at Quinn. They
No,
are
they
just
don't.
slowly backing up into their zones
Yeah.
and just like watching. They're just watching. They're not even pursuing him. They're not trying to contain him. They're not trying to do anything because they know he's not a threat to run. When you have a
Right.
quarterback that's a threat to run, it keeps the linebackers out of the way and it opens up the middle of the field. You can't do that when you
No, you
have a
can't.
sitting duck back there.
No, and then also not to mention Texas' defense too. Anthony Hill Jr., man, like oh my god, 90 tackles, 7.5 sacks, an interception to his name, 4 fumbles. Yeah, that guy's insane.
Texas
He's
is
been
a
doing awesome
monster.
for the defense. Yeah. He's one of the best defensive players in the playoffs. I would take him or it's him or Abdul for me. Like
I think Abdul Carter is probably the best
best one.
defensive
Yeah.
player. Or
I,
yeah, I'd say so.
Cause I think Hill's so versatile too. And then you also got, who else you got? You got Colin Simmons back there, 8 sacks, 3 fumbles. You got Jahdae Barron, 5 interceptions to his name. Like that defense is nasty. That's what the Texas is going to win.
Offense
Just
is
because of
really
that
good.
defense.
Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
that defense is crazy. Offense is good. I just think you have to play Arch. I think Isaiah Bond is a very, very, very good wide receiver. Very
hmm
good deep threat. He's gonna fall. I think he falls to the second round this year, but he's a first round talent.
Yeah.
Um,
Matthew Golden's pretty good too.
Matthew
Receiver.
Golden is very good. They
hmm
lost C.J. Baxter in the beginning of the year, but
Which
they've
was
been able to
rough. Yeah.
handle it with Blue, and no one's getting past Kelvin Banks on that left side. He's
Yeah.
just a brick wall. Top 10 draft
Oh, the
pick.
lineman, right? Yeah, yeah. He's definitely, yeah.
He's a stud.
He's any team would be lucky to have him.
Oh yeah.
He's entering the draft this year. I don't know. Like, what team would you think would take him? He'd be like mid,
Well, he's
like
gonna be
top.
top 10.
Yeah, it's
I
like five.
think. I
Patriots.
don't know. Patriots. Patriots are gonna
McVay
get
needs the blocking. I
McMillan.
think it's him or Travis Hunter if he doesn't go by that point.
Yeah, I agree. I think
Yeah.
Kelvin Banks goes like later in the top 10.
Okay.
They might be looking at like
Could
the
be the
Jets.
Jets. Yeah. See, well, look at that timing, bro. For Jordan
Okay.
Travis when he starts. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know how it is.
Yeah, when Jordan Travis takes a spot, I mean, honestly, could. Aaron Rodgers keeps staying on the ayahuasca. So, um,
New Netflix special.
yeah, exactly. Oh God. So yeah, you have Texas winning the first round.
I have Texas winning, but I think Clemson covers.
It's gonna be a close game. Yeah, it covers the spread.
Yeah. Clemson. Also, shout out to Clemson. They have finally adopted the portal, and they got a player. They got a player in the portal.
You gonna reveal who that
Tristan
is?
Smith. I just
Yeah.
wanted to put that out there. They got a player in the portal finally.
It's been a long time coming. They finally
Good job.
utilized the transfer portals.
Good job.
Where does Tristan
Dabo.
Smith come from again? What school?
Some no-name school. I'm not gonna lie. I was
Word.
like,
Okay.
I think it's like
They're like,
Southern.
we got him.
Yeah, I think it's like Southern Mississippi Methodist of
Oh,
dude.
wow.
Oh.
Some no name called Alvernia University now. Oh God.
uh,
Oh, I'm
they
getting flamed for that one.
land. Oh God, what is this guy? This is very, very unprofessional. I don't have
Nah, it's
this
okay.
up
I
on
mean, I can kind of cover. We were about to go into the
South-
midway break too.
Get a look.
Yeah, you wanna read it?
Southeast Missouri State.
What? That's a school? That's very specific too. It's like the southeast or south.
I'm
and
go.
it's
I'm,
east,
I'm
and then
actually
Missouri.
visiting there tomorrow. Actually,
Oh, you
So-
are? Yeah, there you go. Maybe they'll transfer over there. They need a new. They need a new spot. If it just filled up, Tristan Smith left. Maybe it'd be Dax Kukin taking
that's who can
Neil.
wide receiver one.
Oh God. Yeah, you got the hands.
These baby hands don't got none. You see these little chunkers?
Little nubs, bro.
Look at these
That's what
little
you
nubs.
got. Yeah. I'll just take a midway break. Talk about some of the stuff that's been happening also around the college football world. Heisman, Travis Hunter, beating Ashton Jeanty. Thoughts?
I was fine with either one of them. I thought Genty deserved it.
I think he should
I
have won.
thought
Yeah.
Travis Hunter played a great season. Two-way player. I think that's what stands out the most. I'm not
Yeah.
really mad.
He's not really the best at either position though, but maybe if he focused on one, he would be. But he was
I
like
think-
top. He's top 5 in both. So
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, I don't think he's the best at either one. Like, I don't think he's the best wide receiver in the draft. I don't think he's the best corner in the draft. But he plays both of them at like a elite level.
monster. Yeah, and he
So-
wants to keep doing that in the NFL level. You think they'll? You
So
know,
I think
he
they
could be like
might be
90%
packages.
quarterback, 10% receiver, and vice versa.
I think it's the other way. I think he
90%
plays
receiver,
wide
10%
receiver.
quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's easier. I mean, because quarterback's harder to play than receiver. I mean,
Yeah, and wide
receiver's
receivers
still
are
a tough
getting paid.
position.
Wide
But
receivers
yeah.
are getting paid a hell of a lot more right now.
Oh yeah, dude, getting that Jamar or Justin Jefferson money. Yeah, yes,
Yeah.
please. And you think like he'd be a good spot anywhere or a good fit anywhere. I just don't think Giants or Raiders are taking him. They both need quarterbacks. I think
Yeah,
those
I
two are
think
kind
Cam
of
Ward
locked up.
goes one. I think Cam Ward goes one to New
If he goes
York.
to the Jaguars, like
I think
Trevor,
I think
Jaguars
he
might
goes to
be
the
there.
Jaguars. I do think
that's
he goes
well,
to
they'll
the-
have like the third, fourth pick probably. I think that's where he goes.
Yeah.
Shador's
I
gonna
agree.
speak Raider, and Cam Ward's
Yep.
going to the Giants. Yeah, I can't wait to
Cam
see
Ward
him.
is going to the Giants.
Oh, I feel. Why is it always? Why's it gotta be the rival team, bro? He's gonna cook for them too. I already know it.
Eh,
If he
we'll
stays
see.
alive.
He
Yeah.
needs he needs weapons. They need a line. The Giants are a dumpster fire.
Yeah, they're not even a dumpster. The dumpster is like, ew, get away from me. Like, we don't want
The
this.
dump
We don't want
terrible.
this near us.
No,
What else is happening? Bill Belichick, the new coach for the UNC Tar Heels.
I don't think it
Talking.
works.
No, you don't like it. Bill
I don't
Belichick
like
going to
it.
the college system. Yeah.
I don't think it works. Like
He's like, what's his NIL money?
he handed it like the holy Bible to like the UNC like board of trustees and was like, read
Yeah.
this if you want
He's gonna
me.
go around. He's gonna
This
walk
is
around the
what's gonna
campus with
happen.
his girlfriend, being like, "Are you?" He's gonna go to the random people, like random students, being like, "What do you do here?" He's like, "I'm an
What is she
accountant."
like
He's like,
20?
"You're playing
She's like
football now."
28. Bill Belichick.
Come on, bro.
I
What's
don't
wrong?
think I don't think it's gonna work. I just don't think he has.
The
I
coaching
think
or the relationship? The
I
coach,
I don't
the
know what's
coaching.
worse.
Which one's gonna work out? I was like, I don't know which one you're talking about.
I don't know which one's worse.
Well, he's with the youth now. Bill Belichick's cool. I can't wait for those Jordan 1 Belichick hoodies. The
It's gonna
the
be so
powder
bad.
blue.
So
Yeah.
bad.
Come on, man. It's gonna be lit. ACC games. They're gonna have like 5 games on ESPN now.
Yeah, they should. I think this was all like a huge stunt so his son
Yeah,
could get a job
the
too.
job. He'll do it for 1 year, and then yeah, he'll give it to Steve. I think it's his name.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
I mean, cool, I guess. But like I said, bro, he's gonna
Is
go
what it
walk
is.
around campus being like, "What do you do here?" He's like, "I'm an accountant." He's like, "Well, you're playing football now, buddy."
Yeah,
That's what
exactly, bro.
you look like. You can play football, just like a 5'4" white guy.
He's
Put him at
gonna pick up the
receiver.
lacrosse players.
Yeah, he's like, "Is Chris Hogan here? Is he
Yeah,
still playing college?" Yeah,
exactly.
that's pretty funny. And the last thing we'll talk about is that, hey, man, you just wrapped up your semester at Florida State, man. How was it? I mean, sorry,
Football
about the
season was
season.
shitty, but grades were good. I mean, football
Good
season
time.
wasn't that good, but it
Yeah,
was a
just still
good
had
time.
fun though,
Our
right?
five-star quarterback just left, so whatever. We got Thomas Castellanos though, make a huge splash hires.
Yeah.
Got some transfers. So I think
Transfer portal treating you nice. Yeah, you got a really good one, I thought too. I
we
was
should
looking
be
at
all right.
for the transfer portal. Didn't you? Who'd you get? 'Cause there was like one big name I was looking at
Quarterback
for a transfer portal. Who'd you get?
Castellanos.
That's what it was. Yeah, that's where did he go?
He's
Where
a
did he come
stud.
from?
He comes from BC, but he
Hmm.
was recruited to UCF, and then transferred
Okay.
to BC. He fits our new system. Our offensive coordinator now, Gus Malzahn, who's
Hmm.
at UCF,
Yeah.
recruited Thomas Castellanos at first. Thomas Castellanos left, and then he got like benched or whatever. I don't know. Bill O'Brien tried to like kill his career by making him a pocket passer.
Yeah,
Dude's
because
the
Bill Brown went to
fastest
Boston
player.
College. Yeah.
Yeah, dude's the fastest player on the field at all times, and you're gonna tell me
You stayed in the
sit in the
pocket.
pocket.
Yeah.
I
Like
would leave too.
Bill. Like, oh, Bill, this isn't Brock Osweiler, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
that's what you try to do. Yeah, but I mean, hey, looking on the up, I mean, after the short I made about you just trashing the whole staff, it's good they got some new guys in there. I know
I'm
you like
glad.
that.
I'm really happy with the staff hires.
Yeah, that's good, man. Maybe, hey, maybe Florida State Miami games will be a fun thing to watch again. All right. So next thing we'll talk about. So after this point on, so we'll just do our predictions. All right, settle down. And like how they're going to face against the teams from who have the bye week. So Oregon Ducks. So who'd you
Okay,
have
okay,
beating?
wait. You know what Oregon's logo is? You know how it's an O?
Yeah.
That's how many ACC championships Miami has, and appearances as well.
Yeah, I know. We should have been in the game this year. I can't believe
Moving
we
on
lost to.
though.
I don't know why I
No,
didn't.
moving on though.
So Oregon is the number 1 seed. So they're going to be facing whoever wins between um, Ohio State and Tennessee. So you had Tennessee winning, right?
Correct. If you want, do you want me to go through my
Yeah, kind of like your bracket a little bit. Yeah.
Okay.
So
I
like,
got
who'd you?
Texas beating Clemson.
Yeah,
Moving on to the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl against
yes, sir.
Arizona State. I think
Yeah,
Texas
Texas.
beats Arizona State.
Shocker.
Moving on to the second game, Tennessee versus Ohio State. I think Tennessee beats Ohio State
Very
at
close game.
Ohio State in a very
Yeah.
close game. SMU loses to Penn State. Yeah, Penn State beats SMU at home. And
Mhm.
then Notre Dame. I'm going pretty much all chalk besides the Tennessee.
Tennessee, which is like
So
one seed.
then
Yeah,
moving on to the quarterfinals. Texas beats Arizona State in the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl.
yeah, that's what I
Oregon
have too.
beats Oregon beats Tennessee in the Rose Bowl.
That one will
Um,
be close. I do like Tennessee a lot, but I think Oregon wins that
I
too.
don't think it's going to be close. I
You don't
think
think so?
Oregon blows them out of the water. I do.
All right, we can talk about Oregon a little bit then. Dylan Gabriel was on Heisman watch. He had 3,550 yards, 28 touchdowns, 6 picks. Jordan Jones, he's been able to run the ball, or not Jordan James, sorry. 1,250 yards rushing, 15 touchdowns. The defense has been awesome. Matayo, DJ's brother from Florida State, 10 and a half
Mhm.
sacks, interception. He's an interception in his name, 2 fumbles. If only DJ was as talented as him. Bryce Betcher, 87 tackles, two like that. Both sides of the ball, they're just dominant. Oregon.
Yeah, I agree. I think they paid 30 million. 30 million for a reason.
Yeah,
Like they have unlimited money to spend in
why
recruiting.
not?
So they're bringing in the literal
Big
one
guns.
and two wide receiver in the country this year. So and they have Dante Moore backing them up. I mean,
You think
like
they'll be like if they win this
Oregon
year? Do you
State,
think? Sorry, you go.
Oregon's just balling. I mean,
Yeah,
they're a
I was
good
gonna
team
say
and they're going to be a good team to come.
yeah. After like this year, do you see them become like that dynasty? I mean, if they win the chip this year, like, do you think they'll be like
A
the new
dynasty? I
powerhouse?
don't know. Just you can't really build a dynasty nowadays. With
It's
the
hard
way
after the
transfer
Alabama
portal
and
works.
Saban. Yeah,
Yeah, like guys can just leave whenever they want. So I was talking to
yeah.
my dad about this the other day. Like you literally have no idea what your team's gonna look like in the spring
Next year.
now.
Yeah,
Like back when it was like a 1 year transfer portal sit down, like when no one was leaving, Nick Saban was recruiting guys in this class and he's looking at the team in 2026. Like he already has the team vision for 2026 now,
yeah.
and that's what he's trying to build. Like nowadays, you
Throw that shit in the
fucking
pan. Like you don't know.
yeah, like you have no idea what your team's gonna look like in the spring of 2024. You have no
Yeah, it could
idea
be
what
like
your
three
team's gonna
weeks
look
and
like.
like 5 year guys transferred. Like, oh,
Yeah,
all right.
you have no idea what your team's gonna be like in the fall of 2024, and then you have
Mhm.
zero idea what your team's gonna look like in January of 2025. Like you just have no idea. You have no idea who's there. Like you know who's leaving for the draft. That's
Yeah.
it. And then if you don't pay a guy $100,000 over what he's asking for, he's going somewhere that's not the best fit for him. But he got that bag, and you have no idea what to do. If you don't have money nowadays, you are screwed.
Yeah, and Oregon's been able. Yeah, they're racking it up right now, having those recruits. I think Oregon beats. I think Oregon wins too. I do think closer than you think because I do like Tennessee, but I still think they win like by like a touchdown or maybe a touchdown field goal, 10 points.
Yeah.
So who do you have after that? What's another semifinal or
In
quarterfinal
the
game you have?
Fiesta Bowl, in the
Yeah,
quarterfinals, I have Penn State beating Boise State. I just don't think Boise State can run with those guys. Boise State, however, though, did play Oregon close in week 2. Like
of any team, I think
yes,
they were.
I
Yeah,
think they played the closest. I just think that was Oregon getting their legs underneath
yeah.
them because
Do you think like Carter
obviously
can shut down JT, or do you think JT can just have his way still? It doesn't
GT can
matter.
have his way with anyone. Like
Yeah.
he can just go. Like
Okay.
I think he can start in the NFL today. Like,
Oh, dude.
if you drop
Yeah.
him on a playoff team today, that team has a very good shot.
You think so? Yeah. Like, or maybe like a borderline playoff team. Like if we dropped him on like let's say the Cardinals, like him and Kyler Murray, like they would be.
Him and Kyler, that would be a really good duo.
Yeah,
I
I
think
actually
if
could see that.
I
Yeah.
think if they put GT on, like, even though the Bengals have been having a great year with Chase Brown, I think
Mhm. I know
it
he's on my fence
heightens
too.
that.
Love Chase.
Like,
Yeah.
Chase is gonna win me the league.
I had
I
both
hope.
him and Jamar. I just been cooking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that,
10-man league. I
that,
drafted Chase
that's
Brown like 8th, 9th round. Like, who's this guy? I'm like, he's gonna find out.
dude. You found Puka last year too. Like I don't know how you fucking whatever. Your mind
I
works
just know.
weird. Yeah.
I'm built different.
The next quarterfinal game,
Yeah.
the Sugar Bowl. I have Georgia over Notre Dame. Uh,
Yeah. No, I'm just-
yeah, like that's.
Yeah,
There's nothing
like
to
it
say
doesn't
about
matter
that,
who's
like,
at
at all.
quarterback for Georgia. Like Carson
I think
Beck, like
Gunnar Stockton's good.
Gunner's honestly low-key Carson Beck. He liked to turn the ball over. He was a little. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of
I
Beck.
I don't know what was in that contract. I don't know if there was a contract to keep Carson Beck as the starter. Like he needs to start, besides injury. but
Would you
like
take him or Ewers, by the way?
Carson Becker, Ewers,
Yeah.
Quinn. I'm taking Quinn.
Yeah, I'm taking Quinto. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, Carson Beck. I don't know, but and yeah, especially with Gunner too, the way he played in the SEC championship game, like against Texas, which is a
Kid's got
fantastic
moxie.
defense. Yeah, he's good. He also has some
He
good
got rocked
weapons to help
too and
you
got
out.
up.
Yeah. Oh, dude,
He's
like
good.
this is a good system. Yeah, yeah. So I have Georgia beating. I have Georgia winning as well. So
Mhm.
I think I have the same predictions as you, pretty much all
Yeah.
of them.
Semifinals is kind of where I change it up a little bit. Like
Yeah.
I think some people in the Cotton Bowl with Oregon versus Texas would pick Texas. But I have Oregon. I think Oregon wins that game.
Oregon's going all the way, man. Yeah.
I think Oregon wins it. Texas, like I I don't know. I just think they need to put Arch in. That's
You think so?
kind of
You
my
need to do it
opinion.
now.
I thought Arch had a decent couple of games when he started. I just
Hmm.
think he heightens the floor now. Like he's basically a junior at this point. Like
Yeah, he's got that veteran
he
experience, bro.
is. And
You're raised around Peyton and Eli. Like that's it.
you're raised around Peyton and Eli. You're working with the best offensive coach in college football and Steve Sarkisian. Like
He's just
you're
bred for it.
down to
Yeah.
play. Yeah. And then the next game in the Orange Bowl, Penn State versus Georgia. I have Georgia.
I'm going Penn State.
Are you really?
I think Penn State beats Georgia.
Wow.
Yeah, I think if they can figure out that defense, and obviously Georgia with Gunner, even though Gunner did really good, clinching the SEC championship game for them, I think Abdul Carter going to hunt him down, and I think the offense, Drew Alar, give the ball to Singleton, Tyler Warren going to help you out. I don't know if Georgia can cover Tyler Warren. It's like, what do you know? Like, what's that guy going to do? And I think this is the run for Penn State finally. I think Franklin finally like locks in.
I think Georgia's the best team on paper every year.
Yeah, I just want to be a little different from you, but
Yeah, I get that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think Georgia's the best team on paper every
I was watching
single
that
year.
Big Ten championship game. I'm like, this low key could be the final. Like,
Yeah, yeah. Georgia, like that team, man, they just got guys. They just got like Carson
yeah,
Beck.
Trevor Etienne, who running back, he's good. Splits it
Like,
with Nate Frazier. Yeah,
yeah, like you want to talk about preparation. Like Kyle, I just want to like break down how
I
crazy
know Kirby
Kirby
Smart's
Smart
good.
is.
I'm not like dumb.
Like
I just
I'm not even just talking about X's and O's.
yeah
I'm
yeah.
talking Carson Beck destroys his elbow.
Mm-hmm.
Destroys
Obliterated.
it.
Yeah,
Then their punter goes down. You know what those two people are? Carson Beck is the holder for the kickoff team,
Mhm.
or the PAT and field goal. And you know
And
who the
the
backup
punter.
is? The
That's the
fucking
punter.
punter.
yeah.
You want to know who the third string is? Gunner Stockton. Gunner Stockton goes
You mean
into
throwing
that
it? It's like
game,
okay, yeah,
is
on the ball for you.
zinging the ball, and then for PATs, do you know how hard it is to like hold a ball? Like,
Dude, yeah, when it's coming at you that fast, you have to put it in position
technical.
too.
It's very technical. Gunner Stockton is just like kick.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's good.
Like,
Gunner's good. I'm not like hating on him. I
dude.
just think that Penn State's like this is their time.
That's a well prepared football team on
Yeah, I know.
all
Yeah.
levels.
They know what to expect. I mean, yeah, Georgia's defense. 12 of their players have fumbles this year, or it's 12 total. Nine of them have forced fumbles this year. The defense, they know how to strip the ball out of your hands.
They fly.
Yeah, yes they do. Arian Smith, good receiver too. I'm not like Georgia's good, man. That's what I'm saying. Like this is a bold pick. This is
Arian
a hot
Smith
take.
sucks.
All right. I don't like Arian Smith.
He drops every ball. That's like he can run 97
Well,
miles
that
per
could be
hour,
the
but he
weakness.
drops every
That could
ball.
be what Penn State hops on, man. Just
Yeah.
cut. So maybe if Gunner keeps going after him, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
If Georgia's smart, they'll run the ball a lot because you got those two running backs in the back. They're both solid.
So I think we have the same like who's gonna win the national championship?
Oregon
We just
winning.
said you have Oregon winning. I do too. I think
Yeah,
Oregon beats Georgia or Penn
I think Oregon
State.
beats Penn State. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just
think
Oregon's
it's
like
just a good team.
they're dominant on both sides of the ball. I mentioned Gabriel was on Heisman watch. He was third or fourth. He was third probably. I'm a big Cam Ward glazer. He was probably third. And yeah, the defense is just dominant. It doesn't matter.
I think
Hunter won.
Gabriel was third. I think Cam Ward had
and-
2 first place votes, probably by
Mhm.
fucking dumbass Miami fans.
Okay. And also, like Oregon, they've been able to beat Ohio State, Boise, Penn State. And I think that Oregon's just like it's theirs to lose, really. That if they lose earlier than the championship game, if they don't make it to the championship game, I'm shocked. Like if they
It
lose
wouldn't
that
be
semifinal,
like I think like
if Texas puts in Archie, maybe.
I think Texas could win that game. That's the thing. Like, I don't think it's Oregon's to lose. I think it's everyone's to lose.
Oh
There's
wow,
not one
okay.
team this entire season that has stuck out to me like crazy.
Mhm. Like
It's
this
always
is
been
you can say that for every
it's
team,
always
man. You
been
make a point, yeah.
yeah, it's always been Bama, Georgia,
Mhm.
like 4 years ago when like Bama had like Bryce. It was like Bama,
Yeah,
Georgia, everyone else. And then the next year was like Georgia, everyone else. Like everyone
yeah.
knew Georgia was winning the national championship.
Last year too, it was just like
And
who
then
knows?
last year, no, last year I think it was five teams and everyone else. I think it was Michigan, Washington, Florida State, who else? Georgia, Bama, and then everybody else. That's who I thought it was. And then JT got
Right.
hurt, obviously, whatever. Like I just think it was those teams and then everybody else, and it ended up unfolding like that. Like I thought any one of those top five teams could have won it.
Right.
Uh, and then this year, I think any of these, like you take one, two, three, four,
One to
five,
nine.
6, 7, 8. Like you take these 8 teams, like you basically take 1 through 9. Don't count Arizona State. I
No, I
count
don't.
I count
Yeah.
Clemson just because of whatever. Um, I
Dabo.
count
Yeah.
like 9 teams that can win. That's
Yeah.
just the way it
Like
is.
I had Penn State going to the final, dude. If Boise State has that run with JT, like they could beat Penn State. Like I wouldn't be shocked about that.
I I don't know. It's a different thing, but like could Boise win it? Yeah, I think that's a Cinderella story. I just think I
If that
right
was the year to
now
do
I
it, you
think there
have
are
literally the record breaker, bro. But
yeah no
like
yeah
they have to do it now.
anything can happen with that
That's why I love the
anything can
new
happen.
format, bro. Because this is the perfect year to do 12 teams. Because yeah, like you said, it's anyone's
No,
game
I
right
think
now.
this is the worst year to
Alabama
do
didn't
12
make it.
teams.
Oh, really? You think so?
I think
Why?
this was the worst year to do 12 teams. I think last year would have been a way better 12-team playoff. I'm
Because
not
Florida
gonna
State
lie.
would have made it then.
Well, I'm not even just saying that. I'm just saying
Okay.
last year, if you put 12, I think 4 teams, I think 4 or 6 teams is
I like 8.
the sweet spot. I don't really like 8 because what the fuck are the rest of the teams doing? Like 8 is just like you're.
But
What do you want to do? You just want to put the conference champion and the conference loser in like that. That's basically what you're asking for. I'm not gonna lie,
okay.
because like winner of the SEC, you're gonna get
Yeah.
the loser of the SEC. You're gonna the winner of the Big Ten, the loser of the Big
Those
Ten.
are big
That's
time.
half the spots.
Yeah. Okay.
Then the Big 12 winner, and then
Then
you get the Group
the
of Five winner.
highest.
You get the ACC
Yeah.
winner. That's 6.
At 7.
Now who gets these? Fucking the SEC. The rest of the SEC.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean, okay.
I
Okay. That's
just
fair.
think it's 4. I think 4 is a good spot. It makes the regular season worth a hell of a lot more
Okay.
because Indiana is not even in this playoff.
But you do get more playoff games. Like, come on. Don't you love that?
I don't give a shit about that. Like I don't give a shit about
Oh, okay.
watching that. I get the suits like the money, but like I don't give a shit about that.
Okay. I like more football, but I get
I
that.
like more football too, but it's not even worth it. Everyone's almost favored by double digits in the first round.
Yeah, that's true. 3 of the 4 matchups, it's like, well,
Like, and then you get the home field advantage. Like everyone's favored by like 8 or more, and you're just like, what are we doing? And then I
yeah, to
can't wait
that
until
point.
next week when Boise State and Penn State come out, and it's Penn State on a neutral site field, and Penn State's favored by 11.5. What are we
Nick's to
doing
be a
then?
majority. Yeah, be a majority Penn State fans, probably.
Yeah. Well,
Like
not
90%.
even that. Like it's just that it's like a neutral site field. Like it's not even anything with the fans. It's just Penn State's a better team.
Yeah,
And then Georgia's
100%.
going to be
Yeah.
favored against Notre Dame by 10.
Yeah.
And Texas is going to be favored over Ohio State by like 14.5. What are we doing?
Yeah, that's a good, that's a good
We could
point.
have chopped this. Vegas could have chopped this down already to 4 teams. Already.
Yeah, it could have
Like,
been yeah, because
but
our Final Four is
we
the
play the
Final Four.
games though.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we play the games. But like, what are we doing? What are we
That's
doing?
valid.
So that's
So
my thoughts
if
on
it was
that.
four teams, that's I know I appreciate you saying that. But if it was the 4 team format, it would be for you. What it'd be Oregon, Georgia, Texas, Penn State. Is that the four,
Um,
or do you put Boise in there? Because
4 teams. No, because Boise lost.
they lost the one
So
game to Oregon.
give me give me Oregon, Georgia.
Hmm.
No, give me Oregon at 1.
Yeah, obviously.
Hold on. Talk while I figure this out.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, overall, that's our playoff predictions, pretty much. It's gonna be really interesting to see how this turns out. Especially with the 12 teams we were mentioning and the game starting. When this episode goes up, it'll be Friday morning, tomorrow, which is tomorrow for us. So it'll be right before the Notre Dame Indiana game. So, to be a good way to lock in. Um, and overall,
Uh,
just like it's interesting to see like where all these players are going to go.
give me Oregon 1.
Yeah.
Give me Notre Dame 2.
Whoa. Whoa. Okay.
Give me Georgia at 3.
You're not putting Georgia
Uh,
at two.
no, Notre Dame has one loss.
To Northern
Um,
Illinois, though.
and then give me
At least Georgia lost to Ole Miss.
Texas at 4.
Okay. And you don't have Penn State making playoffs.
No, they don't deserve to.
That's fair. Okay. I would probably, yeah, I guess Notre Dame would make it, but I'd put them in like third or fourth. 'Cause I
Yeah,
think
you can
Georgia should.
swap them.
I would put Georgia second still. Like they lost to Ole Miss, who were barely missed the playoffs this year, and Bama, who are Bama. So like
Bama
those
sucked this
losses,
year.
yeah. Well, Milrow was solid. I'm playing.
Don't even.
Jalen Milrow, everyone's favorite quarterback. But yeah, I mean, is there anything else I'm going to close off with? I mean, that's pretty good discussion about playoffs, man.
I I pretty much ran through it all. I mean,
Yeah,
I got my
we went
little
through
rant
everything.
out about the
Yeah,
12 team playoff.
you were angry about that shit. I was like, oh, okay.
I don't I when they announced it, I didn't like it. Like I just don't think it's good. I think it
Yeah,
takes away from the regular season. But here we are.
that's
Um,
fair. Oh, I never talked about really Arizona State's team. I mean, the running back Cam Chatempo, I like a lot. I think he's really good for the Sun Devils.
Scatterbo.
Skidabo,
I
sorry,
love
yeah.
Scatterbo. I love him.
Skidabo, yeah.
I like
Yeah,
and their quarterback too, Kenny
1,568 yards.
Dillingham.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
team's stuck. That team's good. The team's good,
They're
man.
solid, yeah. I mean, like the teams they beat Utah, Kansas State, BYU. Like it was a tough road to win that Big 12 because it was looking like Colorado or BYU in the beginning, and then Colorado just kind of blew that chance. Shador coming in clutch.
Colorado sucks. Fuck Colorado.
Coach Primetime, baby. They got Coach Vic for Jackson State. Heard about that. I don't know if you heard about that.
Coach Vic, Norfolk.
Norfolk, sorry. I thought you went. I was thinking of Deion's old teamy coach for. Yeah, if you go to Norfolk, Michael
Yeah.
Vick, so that's pretty cool. I forgot to bring that up too. Yeah. But yeah,
Would have
overall,
been
Arizona
cooler if
State.
he would have been cooler if he like coached Georgia and like it was like a
Yeah.
dog logo and like a
Oh,
dog mascot.
just like Vic's like, I got a perfect idea for a rebrand. Okay, just like we'll have two dogs
And then he
fighting.
starts
And
and then he starts and then he starts a charity and it's like Vic's Dogs and it's
make
like
up for it.
adoption. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean he's already learned his lesson.
I'm
like,
rambling on.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you need to shut up. So, yeah, Arizona State. I was talking about them for a little bit because we kind of just like went over them because they're going to lose to not Texas, right? No, Texas, right? That's who they play next
Texas.
round. Yeah. So yeah, and then like like I said, Jordan Tyson got 1,000 yards in the year, solid receiver. And the defense is all right, and yeah, they're a good school. Their coach, he's got the energy, man. It's Scatterbo, good running back, second best running back in the league or this year in college behind Gene. So.
I agree.
Yeah. All right.
I
I
agree
mean,
with
that's
that.
what I just wanted to add that little thing about Arizona State for the Arizona State fans that are watching. But Dax, thanks so much for hopping on, my man.
Thank you
Talking
for
about
having
it.
me.
Both of our teams didn't make it. Mine was a little bit more heartbreaking. But overall,
I had the most heartbreaking one of all time, so
yours
it is what
was
it is.
heartbreaking in week one. Like, we still had expectations.
I'm talking about last year. My playoff snub is like the worst
Oh,
of
you're
all
still
time.
getting over that one, yeah.
No, we're
I'll probably
still
take a few
getting over
years to
fuck you.
recover. All right. So that's been this episode, and check out for the next time when I'm talking about the NHL. And thank you so much for everyone listening, and have a great rest of your day. Thank you for starting your morning with 2 eggs and a stack of hot takes. We'll see y'all later.
Peace.
Peace out.